Hello everyone, welcome to our presentation. In this industry-based Project 1 presentation, we'll be talking about network monitoring tools. So my group members are Ayush Shah, Ayush Shakya, Amrit Neupane, Barshana Shrestha, and me myself, Ayush Lal Shrestha. So our company we're working for is Gr9 Technology, while our project supervisor is Dr. Sanjeev Shrestha. So talking about its overview, we'll be discussing about the project introduction, its goals, its resource requirements, and its current market competitors. So talking about networking, what exactly it is the exchange of information and ideas among people with a common profession of special interest, usually in an informal social setting. So talking about its importance, it makes us noticeable in the market, it improvises creative intellect and grows in status. So current status of networking and prevailing cyber attacks, as discussed with the client, phishing, password encryption, and spamming are to be focused on. So what exactly it is a network monitoring tool? So our network monitoring tool is a tool which is reliable and that tracks and logs network parameters and sorts of trends. A network monitoring system will watch and compare data transmission rate, throughput, uptime, downtime rate, error rates, response time to the input and request. So the client we've got for this project is Gr9 Technology, which was established in 1st of January 2016, located in Melbourne, Victoria. So Gr9 Technology is a private limited company with a technology company that specializes in the rapid delivery of enterprise grade online real-time web application with enforced workflows. So it configures web solution that scale, provides our client enterprises great solution faster. So now my friend will take over the project goals.
Thank you, Ayush Lal, for this. So now I'm here to present on goals of this project. The main goal of this project is to develop a low-cost network monitoring system that is affordable by small businesses. Small businesses, they include shops like coffee shops or grocery shops or even fresh produce shops. All these small businesses, they carry out their daily transactions with the help of internet and network. This tool can aid in monitoring the small businesses with the help of security protocols. The system must be able to protect the system against networking attacks and help to ease down the situation in case of any occurrences. The system should be designed in such a way that the IT team and the users should receive alerts with the help of SMS or emails or even alarms. The system must be able to analyze the security logs by incorporating diagnostic tools, applications, or appliances during the process of monitoring. Moreover, the system must focus on maintaining the integrity, confidentiality, availability, and redundancy of the data on the network. So now the next slide is gonna presented by my friend Ayush Shah. Thank you.
Thank you, Ayush. So I'll be presenting about the problem domains and some research question related to our project. So researching various literature review paper, we found out that these problems which we might face doing in our project. So first problem we found is like monitor only wired network. Most of the research paper only state that the monitoring system that are available now in the market only monitor the wired network. They require very huge capital investment, and most of the monitoring network monitoring tools uses very complex user interface. Plus, the system those system requires very constant observation. Say they need to be reboot every certain hours to continue the monitoring, and these are the research questions. So as our aim of the project is to develop a very low cost effective monitoring tools so that even a very small business organization can afford the system. So can we develop a very cost effective monitoring system so that even a very small business organization like cafe can afford those system? Will it be able to allow the user or not? So our main objective is to find the intrusion in the network, and if we have any network someone's trying to including our network, will it give the notification to the admin or not? So another research question is, will we be able to monitor network continuously or not? Like I mentioned earlier, most of the network monitoring system, they need to be reviewed every certain amount of time to again continue the monitoring. So we will be able to develop the system which doesn't need to reboot it to perform the monitoring again. So can we able to develop that or not? And last but not the least, can we able to make the system that has a very simple user interface, so that even like a non-technical person with no background of technology thing can uh, use the system easily. Thank you. That's my part. And for the next part, I would like to pass it to my friend. Thank you.
Hi everyone. So I'll be talking about the resource requirements. There are basically three requirements for our project. They are software, hardware, and human requirements. As we're investing in this project, there will be no need of extra human resources, while the software we require are Heroku deployment software, names for Raspberry Pi, and the hardware are Raspberry Pi 4, programmable router, cables, and switches. So moving on to the provable design approach, they're basically the steps that we have taken during the project. We have determined the baseline performance metrics. It basically tells what the network needs to do. Monitoring and alert system metrics tells what the monitoring and alert system should do and how they do it. So we have integrated names on the Raspberry Pi. Similarly, the implementation on home network has been done while we are still testing on various environments. And we have been doing weekly demonstration to the client as well. Now talking about our high-level design, the whole monitoring will be done by Negios. Our tool has been integrated with Names, which is the operating system for Raspberry Pi, and the tool is connected with various peripherals. The monitoring system is connected to the router, where ISP provides the internet, and the router is connected to the network of, let's say, a small business via Ethernet cable that keeps on monitoring the data traffics of that network. So if the tool detects any threats, such as phishing scams, and or it should be able to generate the alerts and notify it to the system administrator via email or SMS. If not, it should keep monitoring the system. Uh, so these are the estimated budget requirements for our project. We have estimated the prices of hardware by doing a research on the products. As a server, we'll be using is the server of our host company. The cost for it will be as per the company. We can also see that there is no cost estimation for some of the software, as we'll be using open source software, which will be free of cost. And the labor budget, that is $50 per hour, is the amount that we will be allocating for the members who will be working for the project. In this way, we have tried to make our project very cost effective so that the small businesses can afford it.
Hey guys, so welcome to the short demo of our work. So first thing we did was the installation of open source NEMS. We built the image into SD card and installed it to the core of the Pi, and then we had to run the installation command. The installation was very long and tedious first of all, but then we applied automated installation that made the installation way easier, and we could do the whole thing within a couple of with the help of a couple of commands, say 2 or 3 commands. And then after that we had to install NEMS server on our local network, and then after installing had to configure a particular SMTP server for email notifications, or say for alert notifications for the users. We unfortunately did not get any SMTP server details, neither from our client side nor from MIT, because of security purposes. So we had to use the Google's default SMTP server, and only after that we can access the say default dashboard or website of our monitoring tool. So to access it, you can just go nems.local on your website within your network, and just hit enter. Yep, so this is our default dashboard. These are the basic details for our Raspberry Pi. The basic device, the software is itself installed on. And moving on to configuration panel, here you can see I've got a lot. These host means the devices that we're continuously monitoring. Say, for example, I've got like a couple of things over here already on already monitored. For example, phone, my home router, and an EMS server that we've installed previously, and website of a local restaurant. Of say small businesses websites as well. So this device is basically able to monitor not only what do you say PCs like a typical monitoring tool. This is capable of monitoring every single IoT, or say every single device that basically has an IP address on your network. Either it be a smart home device, or say a smart refrigerator, or a light bulb, or a smart vacuum, or anything. To PC, not limited to PC. Actually, it can actually monitor servers, your HTTP server, your SMTP servers, your web servers, your databases, and all the stuff as well. And apart from that, we've actually customized it to monitor your website as well. For example, for any small businesses, or like a small business in this situation basically runs over in the internet, and if the website goes down, there will be a huge loss within a matter of hours. So we've added this feature as well of monitoring the website. It lets you know if whether your website is lagging, or there's any issue, or you need to fix it up, or it's up and running or not, and you can view its uptime and all of those stuff. So I'll just quickly. So these are our what do you say hosts, or the basic things we're currently monitoring. So I'll just go to the ideas. This is basically our GUI version of monitoring window. Basically, you can see the contents, what are being monitored. As you can see, NEM is the server, has SSH. I've got certain commands assigned to each of these services that continuously checks the status of the devices. So our NEMS server, and say my phone, and my home router, these are functioning pretty well. On the other hand, this is a website of a local restaurant nearby I live. I've applied, so this basically needs some. Okay, the response time is not so good for this website as our tool says, and it needs some improvement. You can see, for example, okay, let's move to configuration panel. So how do you monitor things? Let me give you a quick demo. So let me add a host. Say I want to add a PC, and yes, okay, my PC. Okay, I'll add a virtual box PC. Actually, I've got a Kali machine running on my virtual box over here. I'll just quickly start this up. Meanwhile, I'll just set it up. My machine's IP is 65.65 on my network, monitored by default neighbors and contact groups. I'll just add both of these. So contact group is basically who to contact to, or who to send email in case anything goes wrong, or in case anything there's some issue with the device, or our website we're currently monitoring. So we also need to give some parameters. Let me just put some random. So here I'll just set a minimum limit of 1 minute for everything. Okay. So yep. Submitted. Yep, it says successfully added. Let me add some services. For the moment, I'll just see if my device is up and running or not. I'll just do a ping command specified for my Linux. Okay. I'll just generate the configurations. No errors so far. Okay, so I'll just deploy it. Meanwhile, I could log in to my device and show you guys the IP of this device. Okay, so yep. So okay, give me a second. As you guys can see, the IP is 10.0.65. That's what I've added in this one. Okay, 1.65. So this we've generated the configuration and we've deployed it. We can again view it over here in Adagios. See, the PC is added over here and the host is up and running, it says. So host, we can see it over here. Host is up, it says. Okay, my PC is obviously running over here. See, it is active over here. It is running. What happens if my device goes down? For example, in this case, we're looking for just a particular device. It could be your server, it could be your website, or anything else. For example, it goes offline. I'll just power off the machine. In this case, it's just a virtual machine, but in your case, it could be your critical machine. For example, it could be your web server, or it could be your database, or anything else. Or it could be, let's say, for example, your security alarm for your home service or your smart home devices or anything, basically. So this this continuously like checks the status of the machine like within a couple minutes according to the parameters we set how frequent we want it to do it. So let's check it once again. Yep, now it says the host is down. See, I've turned off the machine and the host is down, and I should probably get a notification within a couple of minutes over here. Okay, so here we go. So 2:42 p.m. As you can see, the time is 2:42 p.m. and it says the host problem PC1 is down. It says host is unreachable and you've got an issue with it. You need to fix it. See, I assigned just one service to it. That is with say check host alive or if it's alive or not. And it has run that service and gave me a notification as well that your system is down. So in other scenario, for example, if I had assigned like 7 or 8 services, like I've got a couple of customized services over here. You can actually manually add more services if you want. I've got just like a couple of services for now, like 12 or 15 services. So depending on which service is compatible to that PC, I'll just assign it to that PC, and on the rest of that services, the device will continuously check the status of my PC, and it will let me know whether that particular service is running up and running is good or not, or what's the situation of it, and it will send me alerts and every time there's any issue with it. So to clarify it more, for example, like if I just go and start my machine again, it'll probably take a couple of minutes, but like this, but it will say it is sending me like again, it's 43 and it's sending me again notification because like I've sent like a notification options for every minute. That's why it's sending me notifications per minute unless I address the issue. So that's what's going on over here. So for example, if I just get my host alive, it'll probably take a couple of minutes to uh, turn it on. But if I as soon as I make my host alive, it'll again do the same process like every 2 minutes or every minute, and then it'll just show us the host is up and it has been fixed, and it also sends us notifications that the host issue solved, PC1 is up, saying like that. So, yep, this is basically our thing. I'll leave the rest to my team members.
In conclusion, our project is all about developing a network monitoring tool which should be very cost effective and easily deployable. We kept a mindset of keeping our product cost effective, which can be easily deployed and managed, and it should be well suited mostly for the small businesses such as cafes, restaurants, and so on. And with the recent survey, it has shown that the hackers tend to exploit the small businesses more than the large organizations. So such small businesses are in very high risk, and it should be provided with a strong security. Therefore, we are working together in this project to help such businesses in making their infrastructure strong in real-time basis to defend against the security breaches. And these are the references that we have taken during the project. That's all. Thank you.